So it's been a little while since we've done a restoration roundup or a channel update. So I thought I'd try and cram everything into one video, get you up to speed with what's going on in the house and what videos are on the way. The channel's been getting pretty busy lately, and we hit 2,000 subscribers recently, which was great, and we're not far off 500,000 views, which is quite exciting. There are lots of videos on the way. There's also lots of videos that I've shot already but haven't got around to editing. So bear with me, and there'll be plenty of more content on the way. So some of you may know that the reason why we kind of scaled back work on the house and the amount of videos we were doing over the last month or two is because we had our new arrival, our new daughter Faith, who came at the first week of August. She arrived. So it's really exciting times here, and so hopefully you can appreciate there's lots going on. Here's a few little shots that Joe took of Faith and I in the studio the other day, some DIY themed shots. So we got the builder's hat out and took a few in there, which were nice fun shots. That meant we had to get a couple of the bedrooms done. First of all, Eden's room at the front of the house, which is a small single bedroom. And I've got a video which is kind of a summary of the whole of the work that we did in there, but it was a fairly straightforward room to do. So there's a little bit of footage of that one. We redecorated and changed some walls around in the bedroom at the back of the house, which is now the nursery. It's not 100% finished, but I didn't film any of that. Again, it was kind of a straightforward room, and I didn't really want to just slow everything down with filming everything. So I can give you a little look at that when it's finished. But that's basically what we've been up to, as well as finishing a few of the other kind of unfinished jobs around the house and trying to get the bathroom nailed. So another job that's coming up this month or next month now will be the doors. We've got a new front door being ordered, and also a side door for the kitchen here. So they will make huge differences to the efficiency of the house, because the air leakage that's going on with the front door, there's a 1-inch gap underneath it. So it's hopefully going to cut out the road noise and really make it a bit more airtight in there, so we can make the house nice and cozy for the winter. And as I said, bathroom is nearly finished. I was finishing the windowsill last night, using some reclaimed floorboards that we took out of the bathroom originally. So there's probably another day in it to get some of the window trim done, and additional lighting in there, and the extractor fan. But as I said in the last video, I'm going to try and cram all of that into one video, which will just basically be a final video of the bathroom and just show you the finished product really, and everything that we've done in the last couple of weeks. Nothing major to report in the garden. We've just been keeping on top of things really, and making plans for what we're going to do next year. Looking at a really nice large decking at the back of the house, which is raised to come off the same level as the kitchen and the back porch. We've got some serious work needed to be done to the workshop and the garage, and at the moment the old roof on there is really badly leaking. And obviously we've got all the tools, we've got loads of kit in there. We've also got a lot of building materials and things like the old doors that we've put out there, and things that we want to restore. So it's going to be really vital that I get that finished before winter sets in. And it's going to involve taking the whole roof off that's already on there, building the new structure, and then either putting a flat roof on there, or just changing the pitch slightly and using some kind of box profile sheeting. But we will need to get that done, so that will be a couple of videos coming up. So you may notice from the older videos, we used to have a little temporary cooker that was sat in the middle of this gap, but now we've got our range in finally, which was a really nice way to finish the kitchen. It's been a long time coming, and it's our new toy. So it's a induction top, and obviously three ovens underneath. One of the main challenges with this installation was the extractor fan. It sounds really simple, just because we've got a void up there. We couldn't send it all the way up to the top, because there'd be a risk of the warm air condensing and stuff dripping back down. So we routed a ducting down through this side of the chimney breast, down under the units and out. We did that last year, and so the actual route out was fine, but our main problem was actually finding a unit that would sit inside here. We could have had an inline fan under the unit somewhere and just a grill, but again that was getting a bit bespoke. And then we did find a Smeg product which just fit perfectly, but of course everything's really wonky, so we had to make quite a lot of kind of scribing and new framework in there to take a kind of a blanking plate in there first and then put the unit up. And of course actually fitting the oven in, it was pretty straightforward to do, but I've got a little bit of footage of that going in too. So the reason we went for the induction is because in the future we could potentially have solar panels, but predominantly we wanted to stay off the gas grid. We've obviously got the biomass boiler now, and because of that it makes sense to keep off the gas grid completely. So that's why we went for the induction, and actually it's just as quick as the gas and it's really clean and easy to use. So really happy with that choice, and I'm sure there'll be lots of videos on the way when it comes to kind of cooking and all the produce that comes out of the garden. So I've got a bit of a list here, but moving forwards into the autumn, there's some major work to do. We really want to crack on and get that top floor finished. The top floor is essentially a loft conversion. There have always been rooms there since the house was built, but we've had to take it all the way back to the rafters and insulate, and effectively we will be starting from a blank canvas. So there's a whole kind of phase of work to go on up there. That will house our office for the business and possibly a spare room, if not some more studio space for the photography. So with all that work on the way from the top floor, there's going to be lots of material going up and coming back down. We can't really continue with any more work for the hall stairs landing. So that's why we want to push, get that top floor finished, and then we can look at stripping out the whole of the kind of backbone of the house. We're going to restore the ground floor hallway, which is old Victorian tiles. I've got a load of new products that arrived from Amazon, which are kind of a deep cleaning product to take all the grime off it. It's had carpet over it for years, and we want to kind of hopefully take it back to what it should be, and then we'll seal it and give it a nice polish. So that will be part of the work. Replaster from the ground through all 3 floors on the hall stairs landing. New woodwork to go in. I've got nice high skirting boards to go throughout the house. We're going to replace what has been ripped out in the past, was all the nice Victorian moulding, the architraves around the door frames. So I'm going to take off what's there now, and we will put something that close to what would have been there back in. Then we've got the whole of the staircase, which again was ripped out back in the 60s. All the woodwork was ripped out and some naff metal railings were put in. So they need to come out, and the whole new staircase kind of furniture needs to go on. And then obviously the flooring, carpet, and a runner up the stairs, things like that. And another couple of windows to fit. So that's what we want to try and get done this autumn. And that way, once that's done, that's pretty much the whole of the house up to a kind of 90% finished standard. And then we can look at some of the other projects that will be outside of the envelope of the house, such as the workshop, the utility, the garage, and the driveway. So another fairly jumbled roundup video there, but I thought it was important to give you guys a bit of an insight into what's going on and to reassure you that we haven't forgotten the channel. So that's what's coming up. If you haven't subscribed already, you can do so by clicking the button over here or here, and you can check us out on Twitter and Instagram as always. Hopefully we will see you very shortly in the next set of project videos, but for now, thanks for watching. Remember, if you can, do it yourself, and we'll see you next time.